All right. So happy Friday night. I do believe it is Friday. Welcome to our new promoter launch call. I'm Candy Strahan for those that may not know me. If you're on this call and you're watching, you are a part of our amazing Rockstar team, and we're super, super excited that you're here. We're going to do things a little bit different. Normally I'd be sitting down. We'd just be kind of talking, chit-chatting back and forth. But tonight, it's a brand new month, brand new year. I know we've got tons of promoters that are here that are ready to kick it into overdrive, get their business going. And I want to give you and equip you with all of the tools and resources that you're going to need to make your goals happen. So whether you're just getting started, you've been in the business for a little while, or you've been in the business for even a long while, it doesn't matter. The tips and tools that you're going to use tonight are the basics. It's how we keep it simple. It's how we grow big businesses here. It's everything that I've used and I've picked up along the way. It's everything that every single one of our leaders in our team uses. And we're just wanting to make sure that you get a really, really good launch into your business and can hit the ground running. So super excited that you're here. Want to real quick, if you haven't already, hopefully everybody can see me. The fairy dust and the celebration, our seasonal flavors are going away back into the vault tonight. So if you haven't grabbed those, or you have people that are going to be messaging you in the morning and saying, oh my gosh, I missed out, you might want to hit them when we get off this call and remind them they have until midnight tonight to get that flavor locked in and make sure that they have enough to get them through. You never know when flash sales are going to happen. But I do know that as a seasonal flavor, it's meant to kind of be like the Starbucks pumpkin spice latte, and then back in the vault. So make sure you hit your customers or anybody that's been asking, or if you want some of those flavors, make sure you get some. The other thing that I wanted to tell you about was the snowflake challenges. I know a lot of that is going on right now. We just had a brand new awards promo pop up for anybody that's planning to go to Epic. That's retroactive to January 1st. So anything that you've done to grow your business, one, you're going to be rewarded for huge in growing your business, just for hitting your bonuses, helping people get started, and helping to put that residual into your income. So each week you'll be able to build your paycheck. Each month you'll be able to build your paycheck. So those are incredible perks, but we've also got some snowflake challenges, some extra cash bonuses, things that are going on. And if you're able to hit the ground running and get started, it's the perfect time and the perfect extra oomph to your business, just to kind of get you that extra holiday cash or recovery from the holidays. And we've got lots of fun things ahead. So stay tuned for all that. Stay plugged in. But I want to just dive into the basics tonight. Like I said earlier, for those that are watching, we are recording. My computer's down here, my camera's up here. So if I'm looking in two different places, that's what's going on. But we're doing things a little bit different tonight. I've got my board. Y'all give me, let's see if I can switch to see everybody. Y'all give me a thumbs up. Can everybody see my board? Y'all see it good? Okay, awesome. So this is for anybody. Like I said, whether you've been here for a little while or you've been here, today's your first day, you're just getting started, like this information is vital to growing your business. Whether it's 2 promoters, hitting GoPro, Go MVP, run into Champ, run into all the way to Legend, this is the basics of what you do for your business. So one, don't overwhelm yourself. I think that's the biggest mistake a lot of times that we make, is getting so much information all at one time. We want to know everything. Put your blinders on, set where you're going, and just go for it. But with the simple tips that we're going to give you tonight of what we use, how to plug in, how to utilize the resources, you're going to be able to just fly. So simple steps. Number one, you're here for one simple reason, right? Ketones. Like somebody introduced you to ketones, you fell in love with ketones, you had an experience with ketones. So what is our goal? To get ketones in other people's hands, right? So whether it be to build their business, to help their health goals, to help them feel better, it may be a mixture of the both, but ketones. Michael always says if people have an esophagus, get ketones in their system. The rest is history. So what we want to do is teach you how to get ketones down people's throats, in their hands, in their homes, and also how to attract them. So normally we have Watch, Connect, Experience, and I'm going to kind of play off of that because we have a new acronym, so to speak, for each of the the pieces of the puzzle of how you build. But we've got our attract. So it's going to be ACE. You got attract. You got the connect. And you got experience or enroll. Can y'all see that color good? Is that dark enough? Can y'all see it? Are we good? Okay. I have a black marker too if I need to use the black. It's just not as big. So you got your ACE, attract, connect, experience, or enroll. So ACE, can everybody remember that? Write that down if you don't have it. One of the key things that we want to do is pique people's interest. You've heard that time and time and time again. If you've ever, watched commercials are a piquing interest activity. It's something that's going to spark your interest or make you want to try something. Toilet paper is a vital commodity in homes, but there are dozens and dozens and dozens of toilet paper commercials. Why? Because they want to pique your interest so that you purchase their product. If we're not piquing people's interest, we're not stimulating the conversation, we're not finding ways to connect with people and share what we have, they're more than likely not going to ask. So piquing interest is a huge, huge, huge thing, and that's where the attract comes in. So one of the biggest ways that we use attraction is through social media. David and I, that's how we actually launched our business was with social media. We had a really great following of friends, family, people that we'd interacted with for years, people we went to high school with. A lot of you probably have the same things, or you're working on building your social media platform. Every single day you want to add people to that for sure, whether it's Facebook post, maybe Instagram stories, online events. You could do Facebook Lives. These are all ways to build attraction, to attract people to what you're doing. And I know I say Facebook Lives and it probably kind of makes your heart palpitate. Even getting in front of this camera makes me super nervous, and I've been doing it for 2 years, actually longer than that. But every time I do a Facebook Live, I get nervous. I get those little butterflies in my stomach, but that lets me know that I'm excited about what I'm doing. You have the ability to delete something if it's something that just didn't work out right, or, it just didn't pan out. But it's a really, really, really great tool to be able to get on and for people to see your passion about what you're excited about. They can hear it in your voice. They can see it in your body language. And it's just a great way for you to share your story. So whether you do a Facebook Live by yourself, maybe you do a Facebook Live with somebody else. So maybe grab your sponsor or some of your champs on your team and say, hey, I'm brand new, I'm just getting started. I'm excited to share, but I don't quite know how to do this, or I'm not really sure about doing a Facebook Live on my own. Would you mind hopping on and doing one with me? I guarantee you they're going to say yes. Now, given we have a lot of incredible stories, we do have to be careful about how we share. So stick to the better benefits of better mood, better focus, fat loss, better sleep, feeling great, having energy, all overall the benefits that everybody can expect. We don't ever want to make medical claims for sure, but that's it. We want to attract interest. So whether it's through social media, which is the number one easiest way, billions of people all across the country, all across the world that you can literally reach with a couple of pecks on the keyboard and hit enter, or maybe do a live. You could also use what we call community-based marketing. So maybe social media isn't your niche. Maybe that's something that you're growing, you're following, or you have maybe a limited number of friends and you're growing that. You could always do what we call community-based marketing, which is belly to belly. A lot of times, if you pull up the contact list in your phone, you could go through. So I think, and this is one of my favorite questions to ask people, is if you were broke down at 3 o'clock in the morning on the side of the road, who would come get you? Those are your good friends, your good families, people that you can count on. You're definitely going to want to share this with them. Who do you know? And this is the question I ask every single promoter that I bring on personally, or if I'm in a conversation with you, I'll ask you, who do you know right now that needs better sleep, better mood, better focus, better energy, better finances, Yes, a lot of people need better finances. I know I did. I still talk to people every single day that need it. They just might not know that this is a really, really great vehicle. So I asked that question. But those are piquing interest. Those are questions that you need to be having, and it can be through social media or belly to belly. The other thing is bump ins. I cannot tell you how many times I've been in the grocery store and I've ran into people that I didn't even know that I wasn't Facebook friends with, or maybe I hadn't thought to connect with them. We lost track forever ago. And I see them and they're asking me, well, wow, you haven't changed a bit, or, oh my gosh, you look great, or, how are things going? Like, I see, I heard about you, or I heard about this. It's a really great opportunity for you to share your story, to share about what you're excited about, and ask them for the permission to share with them. And I'm going to get into that more in a minute. The other thing is phone calls, text, going through your contacts, messaging people. Raise your hand if you were messaged about ketones and ketosis. Somebody messaged you and said, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I found this thing I'm super excited about. Can I share it with you? So I saw a Facebook Live and reached out to Amanda and Chad, but I know there are a lot of people on this call that somebody messaged them, a friend, a family member, somebody that really, really cared about you, that was just like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. You've got to find out about this. Or, hey, what do you know about this? Like, we need to do it together. Lots of great leaders on our team had that same conversation. So don't be afraid to pick up the phone or message somebody, or just ask them, say, hey, maybe it's a fitness person. Maybe it's somebody that's had a little bit of experience with ketones and ketosis. You could ask them for their opinion, or say, hey, I'm really, really excited about what I'm doing. I would love some feedback on it. Can I send you a video? So that's number 2. Other parts of that are mixers. Mixers are a really, really great way for belly interaction for you to launch your business really quickly. So you could do those online. And the first one we talked about with social media. You can also do those in your home. You could do them at Starbucks. You can do them in the parking lot. You can do them at the grocery store. Anywhere that you have 1 or 2 people that you're talking with, shaking up samples, pouring out little drinks, and just sharing your story. That's a mixer. It doesn't have to have big banners and fancy cups, and you don't have to go rent a place. You don't have to have these grand elaborate parties. I've had many just sitting in the living rooms all across the country and talking to people, sharing my story, shaking up ketones, watching them having an experience, and then talking to them about where they fit in, what they want to do, what their goals are, and then aligning them with the best resources that are going to help them do that. Other thing is vendor events and booths. I know we have a lot of people on that love to do vendor booths, vendor events. It could be anything like craft malls, or if you have women's health things going on, or there's all kinds of bridal markets, like you name it, you can pick your place. There's fairs that come up throughout the year. Really, really great way for you to build traffic. You can get your name out there. You can make contacts. And it's just another way that you can grow your business. Do you have to do all of these? No, but the more of these that you do, the more likely you are to have your name out there, the more likely you are to interact with people and get them information about ketones, the more quickly they are to come on board, either as a sampler, a customer, or a promoter. So definitely want to build those numbers. This is unfortunately not one of those businesses that you're going to be able to sign up and everybody's just going to be knocking your door down. Sometimes that does happen, but it's not going to come without a little bit of work. So you've got to share your story. You've got to get in front of people. You've got to reach out and message people. Social media is huge, but if that's not your thing, definitely get with your sponsors, your champs, and say, hey, I want to do some in-person events. I want to do some things in my community. I want to have a mixer, maybe just have a couple of ladies over in my living room tonight. Whatever it is, do it. I promise you, you're going to grow your business, and every one will get easier and easier and easier. The other thing that I will talk to you about with community-based marketing is wear the conversation. So everywhere I go, like everybody knows, I'm always probably going to be in Prove It gear, but wearing t-shirts. We have tons of them, proveitgear.com. You can go in and, like, I would say once a month on payday, get a t-shirt. I have one lady that wears hers at least 2 or 3 times a week, washes it, wears it, washes it, wears it. But having those drink ketone t-shirts, if you can ever get your hands on one of those, it just says drink ketones. amazing conversation starters. You would be surprised how people's level of awareness of the keto diet, y'all, it's like the #1 searched Google diet on the internet. Like, that's huge. It's everywhere from, like, Chipotle is going keto with their menu. You've got tons of people that are starting groups, starting challenges. It's a buzzword, and Prove It had a lot to do with that. But you have the opportunity for people's awareness, seeing your shirt, to pique curiosity and ask a question. Cannot tell you how many times I've been in public and people have asked me, hey, are you drinking ketones? Or, hey, are you doing the ketogenic diet? So that's a really, really, really great way to pique interest. The other part is your shaker cups. Shaker cups, these are really not that expensive. You can get one at a time if you need to. I've had people take and put ketones on glass bottles, like whatever you can. I wear my hat. I love the ones that have keto on the back, or Keto Life, or Prove It. It's becoming a conversation, and every time I wear it to town, somebody asks, or it piques curiosity in some way. So those are the 2 ways, or a lot of different ways, but 2 main ways, social media and belly to belly, that you can attract people to what we're doing, what they can be a part of, how they can get involved. The other part is, I would tell you, marry the process and detach from the outcome. A lot of times, especially with brand new coming into the business, maybe you've done this before, maybe you haven't. It's really, really easy when people start to ask questions, or maybe they're just not ready yet, for you to worry about the outcome of getting it into people's hands. Like, maybe they're just not latching on, maybe they're just not there yet, maybe they just don't have enough information. Detach from the outcome and just marry the process. You're here because you're excited about ketones. You're here because you're excited for what they're doing for you and what you have the ability to help other people feel. Maybe you want to build a big business and help other people do the same thing. Whatever it is, you keep that excitement and keep that process. Keep sharing, keep dribbling. I have a lady literally 2 years ago, January 9th, purchased, and she popped back up, wanted to get ketones, and January 3rd, she placed an order 2 years later. So don't ever give up. Don't ever count anybody out. Just keep sharing, keep that process, keep knowing what you have in your hands, and the rest will all unfold in its time. So what do you do after you've attracted all these people? You've got people asking you questions. You've got people responding to your comments on, or what you've posted on Facebook. They're asking you, well, what is it? How do I get involved? Well, what all is it? Does it do? How does it work? You've piqued their interest. They're asking questions, and you've attracted them to what we're doing. The second part is the connect. So what are some ways that we can connect? The easiest way to segue from the attracted to the connect is one question. And if you don't know this question, you need to save it in your phone. It's kind of long. Hopefully y'all can see that. What do you know about ketones and ketosis? #1 way to segue from the attract to the connect. So no matter what they say, whether it's, hey, how does that work? Hey, what is in your shaker cup? Hey, are you drinking ketones? Any question that you get, hey, well, what do you know about ketones and ketosis, right? Super easy, super simple. It doesn't matter if you get nervous or you're scared, you don't know what to say. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm just getting started. I really literally just drank it and they're already asking me questions. Keep this one in your pocket. Like, what do you know about ketones and ketosis? Super easy, super simple, can roll right off the tongue, and it's going to help you with the connect piece to get them plugged into a resource. Doesn't matter what they say to this question. They could be the best leading ketone expert in all of the world, and you can still connect them to a resource. You can do what? Share your campfire video. That is our #1 connect. If they say, I don't know anything about ketones, or I've never even heard of that, what is it? Doesn't matter. The answer is is regardless of whatever they say, is going to be insert your campfire video. Is everybody with me? Am I losing anybody? So if you don't have your campfire video link saved in the notes on your phone, you should all hopefully have a notes section on your phone. If not, I Facebook message or text myself little links that I need periodically, but you can save it in the notes on your phones because you're going to need that. Copy and paste. It will save you so much time, but it'll also help you with that connect piece of, hey, any question that you get, what do you know about ketones and ketosis, needs to be the connect starter. The other part would be if they have questions. So you've got them to watch your campfire video. You've attracted them and got them to watch. You've started the connect. The other part is going to be if I would you. So you could say, if I sent you a video, will you watch it? Or if they have a question, you say, hey, that's a really great question, but if I connect you to somebody that could help answer that, would you be open to that? You can word it however you want to, but utilizing our resources in the connect is super, super important. And I think where a lot of people miss out. So kind of role play. Maybe you're just getting started, or maybe you've been here for a little while. You get that ketone feeling. You're all excited. You got this energy. You've got something in your hands. You know it's really going to change people's lives. It's really, really easy to just let it all come out. And you're just blowing and going and sharing because you're so excited. And you're like, oh my gosh, you need to do this. And like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever found. And like, before you know it, people get that deer in the headlight look. They really, really, really are just like, oh my gosh, I'm not there yet. I don't even know what this chick's talking about. I haven't experienced ketones yet. So they definitely don't have that level of energy that you have. They can tell you're excited, but one of the best ways to keep from dumping and overloading your customer or your potential or your possible rock star promoter is starting that connect. So you could say, hey, what do you know about ketones and ketosis? And regardless of what they say, send them your campfire video. When they hit you back, let them know that you're brand new. It doesn't matter if they're asking questions about, oh, well, do I have to do a ketogenic diet? Or, oh my gosh, what happened? Like, how's this work? How do I get involved? How much is it? Write this down. That's a really great question. Let me plug you into blank. And where that blank comes in is all of our resources, our videos. We have tons of places that you can plug people in. Two of my favorite places, actually three, I'll give you three, is our Prove It Facebook corporate page. If you haven't liked that page already, go do it now. Go to the video section on there. There's tons of, if you actually scroll through the page and you put in testimonials, you can pull up all kinds of testimonials that you can share. But our videos has some incredible resources. Literally, you can share a link or you can send them all of the videos and let them watch them all. There's ones that you can actually go through. If you share on the page and you're scrolling, you can share, copy link, and send that to them. Second resource, and I know I'm shooting it really quick here, but second resource is Inspire On. The website is weinspireon.com. You can go, and all of the videos that our company has of everybody's incredible Inspire On story of how Prove It has changed their lives is right there. So if you have somebody that has, maybe they're a dad and they're exhausted and they just don't have time for their kids, Mitch Newman has an incredible Inspire On video. You can copy it, paste it, send it to them and say, hey, that's a great question. You know, maybe they asked, how can it help me with energy? Or, you know, hey, I've really been feeling kind of down in the dumps and I just don't know how to get past this. Like, is this something that could help me? Hang on. I have a really great resource for you. If I send you a video, would you watch it? Like, easy connect, transition. Doesn't make it weird, doesn't make it awkward. Somebody's unmuted. But just makes that connect so much easier. You've got our medical resources. So if you're not utilizing Keto U, it's KETO.com. It has tons of videos with Dr. Andy talking about, is it safe to take while breastfeeding? Is it safe to take with other medicines? Is it safe for kids? There's a whole bunch of typical FAQ questions that people ask about ketones and drug interactions, or, you know, is it safe for pregnant and breastfeeding moms? Like, all of those questions, go through there and have those, like, get kind of handy with it. You'll be like amazed how many times you use those video links, and it's just a quick, hey, that's a great question. And instead of us overloading them with information, or maybe saying something that we're excited about, but we don't quite know the answer, you can say, hey, that's a really great question. Let me get a resource. Or, hey, let me plug you in with this video. Or, hey, here's this link. Super, super easy, keeps it simple. And one other thing that I want to share on that is you got to think, when you are attracting people to your business, or you're sharing with them the possibility that they could be a promoter, how much easier does it look? And you think about maybe how you came in when you're sharing links and simple, easy, like, hey, check this out. Hey, that's a great question. This is a great place to check that out or find out information, versus us trying to be the expert. We can turn people off in our business really, really quick and make them feel overwhelmed because they're like, oh my gosh, I could never know that. So if we're not making this super, super easy and simple and breaking it down to where everybody can do it, then we're overcomplicating it. So utilize those resources, plug into those pages, plug into the groups, lock arms with your sponsor, your champs, because they're utilizing these tools too every single day in conversations, and making it quick, easy, duplicatable, helping people reach that next goal by keeping the steps simple. So another great tool that I love to use is just conversation and language and the experience and enroll. So you've got all these people, you're connecting them to resources. You've attracted, you've connected, you've shared your campfire video, you've got them plugged into some type of resource to answer their questions, or a person. Could be proven Facebook page, could be, a video, a link, it could be a person. That should be all of your connects. And if you can't, just keep going until you get their questions answered. The next part would be, how do you see yourself fitting in? How do you want to get started? Go for the ask. Get that experience and enroll. And some of the ways that I love to do that is just simple questions. So how do you see yourself fitting in? How do you want to get started? Whatever is your language that boils down to that phrase of, hey, are you ready to do this? How do you want to do it? I love to give people the options and kind of lay it out. So it's like McDonald's. When you go in, you got your small, medium, or your regular, medium, and large. Like when you order, you got your combos, and they'll always ask you, well, you want a medium or a large? If you don't go for that ask, they're never going to know. So I always like to give them the opportunity. I'm like, hey, do you want to take this for a test drive? You could get 5 or 10 days and sample it out, test drive it, see how you like it. Do you want to go all in as a customer, get free product, get the biggest discount that you can get, and give it a full 30 days to see how it runs? Or are you even interested in becoming a Rockstar promoter or joining our team and helping me champion this conversation? Questions like that can really open up some doors. And just because they may say no to a question doesn't always mean no forever. It could just mean no for right now. So I've had tons and tons of people that started with a 5 and 10 day experience that ended up joining as a promoter. I've had SmartShip customers that turned into promoters. I've had people that went from, unfortunately, when we first got started, jumped all in at promoter, that ended up being a SmartShip customer. So don't attach yourself to an outcome, attach yourself to the process. Help people get in where they fit in, help them get started. The main goal here at Prove It is to make people better. Wherever they want to go, wherever their goals are, that's what we want to do. So helping ask those questions are going to be key. So where do you see yourself getting started? Do you want to take it for a test drive? Do you want to go all in? Or do you see yourself helping other people and making an income? So 5-10 day experience, I'll write that down. So you got the experience and enroll, ask. So that would be my big thing, ask. If we don't ask, the answer is always going to be what? No, because they don't know. So you got to ask. So your goal is to 5 or 10 day experience SmartShip customer, or do you want to be a Rockstar or Rockin' promoter? The other big thing that I will tell you is super, super simple, but it's very, very important, is the follow-up. Like follow up, the fortune's in the follow-up. How many of you have ever heard that? I know I've heard it my whole life, but if you're not walking your customers or your potentials through the process and making sure that they're having a good experience, that they're drinking the product, they're drinking it right. They're, a lot of times if they get a little bit of a gurgly stomach, which is totally fine, it's totally normal, but sometimes people don't know what to expect. You've got to be walking them through that. You got to be coaching them. It's literally like putting somebody brand new on a basketball court and telling them to go in, and they don't know what to do. So it's super, super important for us to coach them, make sure that they're having a good experience, make sure they're drinking their water, making sure I've had somebody mix it in like 5 ounces of water. And I was like, no, 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 no. I had to kind of slow the roll and be like, okay, this is what we need to do. Mix it in ice water, like this much water, shake it up, drink it. I've had people that sip on it all day long, and I'm like, to get the full effects, you really need to drink it within 30 minutes. So just things like that, plugging them into the resources, super, super important. I know Wednesday, Dr. Andy does, usually Dr. Andy or Dr. Heather will do a Facebook Live in the afternoon. Those links, they're live, they're recorded. You can go to the Pruvit page and look them up. You can tag people in them. So if they have medical questions, just make sure that they are having a good experience. And then the other part is again, ask. If they're doing a 5 and 10 day experience, go back and ask them, like, how are you loving your ketones? What are you most excited about? How can I help you? Do you want to get more? Like all of those questions, you're able to serve them and find out what their goals are. And another thing that I love to do with a follow-up is asking them what their favorite benefit is, or what they're looking for when they're on the 5 and 10 day experience, especially is ask them what their favorite benefit is or what they're most excited about, because that can be a really, really great way for you to segue into, hey, well, you're going to want to take advantage of our Smart Ship program and save 22%, get free product every month. Like you have the ability to get an extra box every 4 months. Or if they're saying that they're loving how they're feeling and like they don't know how they can keep quiet about it, or people are already beating their door down, want to know what's different because they're in a better mood, you need to start having that conversation of like, oh my gosh, like that's exactly what happened to me. I became a promoter because I fell in love with how I was feeling, and I knew that I had this incredible gift to give people. Sharing your story, not making it weird, keeping it simple. You can grow your business to really big proportions here. I know we have a Rank 10 team, and it blows my mind the amount of people that we've been able to impact with this conversation. And this is how we do it every single day. So it doesn't matter if they're commenting on a post on Facebook, if we're belly to belly with them, if they see my shirt in town, or they stop one of my kids and ask them what they're drinking, or people that have been following us for 2 years finally reach out and or answer their message and say, hey, like I've been watching, I really would like to know more. I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, I'm so excited. What do you know about ketones and ketosis? Hey, that's a great question. Let me get you connected. And then, hey, where do you see yourself fitting in? If you work that program and this system, so to speak, every single day, keep it simple. And then everybody that you attract into this business, we all do the same thing. It is a well-oiled machine that keeps rolling and rolling and rolling. And it can really, really, really blow your business up. So does anybody have any questions? Trying to look down here at the chat. Awesome. So did I get everybody's? Did everybody see that? Catch it? All right. All right. So the Inspire On link is weinspireon.com. If you go and search Google and you do Inspire On Pruvit, it'll pull up the website page. But I would save that link in my phone notes so that you can utilize it. Go through there late at night. I typically get on my phone when I'm getting ready to go to bed, and I'll try to watch some videos, or I'll catch up on something, or read some testimonials. So that way I can have things readily available, or it jogs my memory of like, oh my gosh, well, Susie Q said that she had this and this and this going on, and that story can so relate to her. I'm going to send that to her. And I just copy that link, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I was thinking about you. This story truly touched my heart, and I just feel like it could help you. I wanted to share it with you. Those are incredible ways to segue and to help people. I see lots of questions about the Rhino Run. So I'm not going to talk about the Rhino Run on this video because we are recording it and I want to use it as a resource for people for launching for new. The Rhino Run is something just for January, and I know Nick's video, if you haven't caught it on the Pulse, is there. He does a whiteboard version of how to do the Rhino Run. I would definitely go back and rewatch that. It's got everything that you need on how to hit it, how to launch, and take advantage of it. Keto U is a website. Yes, it's ketou.com. And then somebody asked me about GoPro Go MVP. So best advice, like I know we always talk about GoPro Go MVP. That's your first 2 milestones or goals that you want to set with Prove It. Basically, when I got started, I didn't know what GoPro was. I didn't know what Go MVP was. I just knew that I had an opportunity to grow my business and hit some really incredible bonuses, and I needed that like yesterday. So I put my blinders on and I was like, I'm just going to go help people. I'm going to go find people. And I kept asking myself the same question every day. How can I reach people? How can I find people? Like, who do I know in my contacts? Who do I know? Who do I know? Who do I know? Who do I know? Like, who can I find that needs ketones? That was my goal and my mission every single day. And GoPro Go MVP just kind of happened. So I will tell you literally the basis that you need to know about GoPro Go MVP. A handful of people getting started, 1 or 2 promoters, 1 or 2 customers. Like, it's about building your volume. And once you start to get those customers and those promoters started, your volume is going to build. So every bit of product or purchases that they make goes into this volume pile, and you can hit those and unlock those bonuses. You do it again. So you're going to hit GoPro, you do it again, duplicate that same process of helping more people get started with a product, helping more people get started with the experience packs or promoter packs of whatever their choice, and you're going to unlock the Go MVP bonus, which is $500. So in realistic numbers, in your first 30 days, you have the opportunity to earn $750 just in those 2 bonuses by helping maybe 2 to 4 people. I would say for MVP, you're going to want to help 4 people get started as customers, and then you're going to want to have a few people join your team. There's people that do it with a mix of customers and promoters. You can do it with customers, but I will tell you, you want to grow and make sure that you're sharing the opportunity with people. I kind of look at it like fishing. If you're going fishing for a certain bait or going fishing with a certain bait, like if I share my story about how the product is helping me, I'm going to attract a lot of customers, right? But if I also talk about where I'm going with the business and how it's affecting my family and what I've been able to accomplish financially, I'm going to attract people that are looking for those same things. So super, super, super important when you're posting and sharing, and like we'll do a social media night like this too, on how to post or how to share your story. But you need to be sharing all the open, real, raw moments of like, hey, like I'm excited to do this as a business. I had a conversation with somebody today, and she was like, I really just want to help people. And I was like, hey, Friday rolls around, you're paid, like you are at a normal 9-to-5 job. You absolutely love it. Best job ever. But when your boss comes around with your Friday paycheck, are you going to say, keep it? No, we all need to make a living. And I just think it's really, really great that we get to share this. We get to help people make an impact and make an income. So own that. Own the fact that you have some really, really incredible opportunity. You've got an awesome vehicle. You can get in, hit the gas. You've got incredible people to lock arms with that are going to help you, coach you, dig in with you, be in the trenches with you, help you find people. And your goal literally is to be a fisherman. So go fish, 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 fish. Find people that are looking for the product. Find and think of people. And that's like my thing. I wake up in the morning and I'm like, how can I share this and touch somebody today to make them think, oh my gosh, I need energy, or oh my gosh, I need, like, if I share about my kids who, used to drive me crazy and I was that screaming, cranky mama all the time, and now I'm just happy and so much easier spirited, like that's going to impact somebody that's going through the same thing. So sharing your story, look for people. 2 to 3 people is like my first, like right out the bat, I'll ask you if you're just getting started or if you're wanting to refresh or you're ready to hit this Rhino Run, I'll say, find 2 to 3 people right now Go through your phone contacts, post on social media, go back through your messenger, go back through your text, look at who you've been having conversations with or who's asked for a 5-day, got product from you, or commented, liked, or seen something that you posted on social media. Go back and have conversations with them and ask them, hey, what do you know about this? Or, hey, I'm super excited. I would love to send you a video. If I send it to you, would you watch it? Go find 2 to 3 people that you could get on a Zoom. Zooms are a really, really great way of, connecting with people. This is like a Zoom, but we have Zooms throughout the week that you can invite people through, or 2. So if you wanted to have even schedule, 2 to 3 people at night and say, hey, I know you've had some questions about ketones. I would love for you to get on. We're going to be talking all things keto, answering all your questions. At 7 o'clock tonight. Does that work for you? If I would you? A huge, 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 simple, easy question that has a lot of impact with whatever you put with it. So if I blank, would you blank? If I send you my campfire video, would you watch it? If I send you a video, or if I send you a resource, would you read it? Or, if I invited you to a mixer, would you come? Would you? Everybody got that? Super easy, very simple, great way to connect people and not make it weird. We don't want to make people feel uncomfortable. We want them to be excited about what we're doing. We want to share the journey with them and just invite them to come along. So any other questions? Trying to go through here. All right, so we'll have a couple more training Zooms. If y'all liked this with the whiteboard, if there's certain things that you want to talk, just message me. Super, super excited to dig in with everybody. I know January is a really, really great start for everybody. New goals, same intentions, a little bit more fire. We have nothing but good things ahead. So again, celebration and fairy dust going back in the vault tonight. So go grab some, don't miss it. I got tons and I'm not sharing. Love it. Those are 2 of my favorite flavors. I think you can snag some or go in on boxes with some of your friends, your team, and use them in your sample packs. I like to call them flavor packs. You could give everybody a little tease so that when they do flash sale next time, they'll be excited to get them. But super, super excited to get to connect with all of y'all. If you have questions, that's my number one thing I would tell you as a brand new promoter and you're just getting started, grab a hold of somebody's coattails and hang on. You've got tons and tons and tons of people in your corner cheering you on, people that are super successful, that have had crazy, awesome financial, I can't even tell you the amount of success stories in this team. And we have the most stacked upline in all of Prove It, all the way up to Michael Rutherford, our legend. So you've got tons and tons of people literally at your disposal, ready to help you crush it. So don't hesitate to plug in. Don't hesitate to ask questions. If you've got burning desire, if you're leadable, teachable, coachable, and you're willing to grow and get uncomfortable, amazing, amazing things can happen. So super, super excited for everybody. Thank y'all so much for hopping on. I will post the recording in the team page in just a little bit. So y'all have an awesome weekend, and we'll see y'all back next week. Bye, y'all.